What's up? So I was actually going to be going live about 20 minutes ago, but turns out that if you're unaware how to hook up your own audio set, it's it's been a minute since I actually had to uh, do the DJI hookup to my StreamYard. So I was sitting there screwing with it, and I couldn't figure it out. And yeah, so I was really excited when I finally figured out how to hook up my own equipment. It's been a minute. Oh my, it's been a fun past few days since the last time I was on here. Uh, gosh. Oh hey, Sassy Sweet. I didn't even realize anybody popped in yet. What's up? How you doing? So yeah, yo, Jacob, what's up, dude? How you doing? Oh, yo, Kim, what's up? Oh, by the way, I meant to show Kimberly that indeed this made the transformation. She was so worried that I didn't bring it with me when I switched trucks, but it rides in the dash as it did in the other truck. So don't worry, I still got it. Oh man. So I've had I've had a couple of interesting situations. So for any of you that don't know, I got Starlink in my truck. Oh, Bug Tussler, what's up? Mona, I remember Mona now. Okay. Every time I see Mona, but that throws me. Yes, told you I had it. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, Daniel Berry, how you doing? Yo, Henry. All right, I gotta tell you the crazy shit that happened. So for those of you that don't know, I went and got Starlink for my truck. And I thought, this will be great because I can't tell you how many times we've been live and then poof, it's gone. And I thought, it'd be great if I had Starlink and I could do this and not drop signal every time. So I went ahead and got the Starlink and got it all hooked up, and I was so over the top excited. This was going to be my, a big announcement for New Year's to tell you, hey guys, I've got this up running and it's going good. So I'm in North Carolina, and I'm in this little bitty ass town, and the only way that you can get back to the main road is to use Highway 1. Now, all of their turns are itty bitty little turns. So you make your itty bitty little turn with your big ass truck and try not to hit nothing. So I'm hyper focused anytime I'm in smaller towns like that. And I always try to really pay attention to make sure I'm getting the most out of my swing to make sure that my front tires don't hit anything and my rear tires don't hit anything. So I'm hyper focused watching that. And as I make my turn, I start to straighten out and I hear bam, 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 bam. Like, what the right? I'm like freaking out. I know I didn't hit anything with the front of my truck, and I know I didn't hit anything with the back of my truck. So I'm like, what the hell was that? So I pop the brakes and I bounce out of the truck. And only I could do this because I'm that kind of gifted individual. Somehow I got a power line or a phone line or some kind of line to drop perfectly between my truck and my trailer and grab a hold of my Starlink and rip it slap off the fucking truck. So down went the Starlink, down went the mount for the Starlink, the cable for the Starlink snapped in half. I had it, 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks before the thing got destroyed. So I'm gifted. Don't be jealous. You're not me. You can't do these kind of things. It's a me thing. So at any rate, I'm like, well, that's just great. So I picked up the pieces of my Starlink from off the road, and I grabbed my mount and I put it in the truck. Now, keep in mind, these aren't, I didn't get the mini. Of course, I had to get the biggest one they sell because I wanted to get the most out of the signal that I could get. So I got to let's see. I got the satellite and the mount in the truck, and I'm having to try to now get back to the yard because I've got to try to remount this. Now, luckily, if there's a good way to destroy a Starlink mount, because the way the wire came down, it literally grabbed so that as it pulled from the truck, it pulled evenly from both sides as if someone grabbed it and then pulled. So it didn't bend from one end or the other and destroy it. It kind of just ripped it slap off the truck, and then it landed on the ground. So it didn't really do a lot of damage to the mount that I have, which is this huge metal mount. And then the mount for the satellite itself is 4 magnets, but each one of these magnets is rated at like 450 pounds. So it takes like Godzilla to rip this thing off of the mount that I have. So at any rate, I got back, and so I got to the yard, and I thought, okay, it's Friday night. They're not going to be back until Monday. I'll have time. So I get to my van, and I thought, let me go to the house. I'll grab my mail, get stuff done. I'll come back. I'm going to see if I can find another Starlink satellite, but without having to purchase a whole brand new kit from Home Depot. So I went on Facebook Marketplace. I thought, look, I'm going to be in the Chattanooga area. Surely to God, somebody's got one of these for sale, and it won't cost me near what the original one did. So I go through, and absolutely, I end up finding a satellite, the power brick, a router, extra 100-foot cable, and attachments, because originally the guy wanted to hook both cables up and run it longer, but for some reason the splitters wouldn't work, but I ended up getting them anyway. So I got everything for $150, which that's pretty good. I mean, and I got a house mount if I wanted to do that. I mean, I'm not gonna, but I could. So I figure what I'll do is I've got extras. God forbid the router go bad or the power brick go bad. I've got backups so that, I'm good to go. So at any rate, okay, so I get a hold of the guy, and I drive there, I pick it up, bring it back to the yard. We got everything remounted on there yesterday. Got everything remounted, put the brand new dish up, got everything set, everything plugged in, looks great, it's all up there. I get back to the truck, and everybody's now left. It's nighttime. All I got to do at this point is just program everything in through the phone to start working the feed. So I start working on getting everything programmed, and Starlink tells me that this satellite was purchased and it's on an account that is not activated. And so the only way I can activate it is to get this guy to remove himself from the account so that I can add myself to it. So I'm like, okay, great. So I sent a message to this guy. Hey, listen, you're still attached to the account. Could you please detach yourself from the account so that I can then register the dish? Okay, guy messages me back, says, yeah, okay, I'm on it. I'm working on it. If you need, I can send you an activation code that should get you through. Okay, so this is like 2 hours later. So I go back onto the Starlink app that you use, and I'm trying to now register this new dish for my older router. So somehow the Starlink was registering to the company that it had been bought out of region. Didn't know that was a thing. So for any of you that don't know, if you buy a used one on eBay or something, should the person that have gotten it purchase this outside of a retail seller or Starlink, such as Home Depot, whatever, have gotten it out of country, like it was shipped from China or Africa or Iraq or whatever, if it's not from here, it will cost you $200 to activate that satellite within the United States. So this is the message that I'm getting. Yes, I can now register this satellite. However, it's been purchased out of region, so I'm going to have to pay an extra $200 to activate the satellite. I'm like, you got to be shitting me. So I get a hold of the guy again, and I said, hey, listen, where did you buy this Starlink kit from? Because, and I took a screenshot of this message that it's given me, and he's like, I bought it from them. So the only thing that we can think of now is that as the people from Starlink US were getting units shipped here, somehow they must have gotten units from, I don't know, a batch that was supposed to go overseas, but then they ended up sending it here. But somehow this thing is registered out of country. So unless I wanted to pay $200 to activate this thing, I can't use it. So I'm like, okay, so that's awesome. So I thought, okay, when this thing fell, it fell from the top of the back of my cab and landed on my catwalk and kind of slid off onto the concrete. However, I was already stopped as it slid off the truck. I think the momentum of me stopping is actually what probably sent it off from the catwalk to the ground. So it didn't really do, like I said, it didn't really do a lot of damage. When it hit the catwalk, it broke a small piece off of the corner, and it put a small gouge in the top of the satellite, but it didn't really like snap in half or explode or anything. So I was like, what are the chances that the one that fell off the truck will still work? I thought at this point, my options are I go to Home Depot and buy a whole brand new kit, which, okay, whatever. They're not that expensive. They're really not. Either do that or let me see if the one that fell off my truck will actually work. So because of that mount that I told you about earlier, that's magnets and holds 450 pounds, what you cannot do is remove that because once it's on there, Jack, that's where it is. You're not getting it off there. So I had to climb my big fat ass up the back of my truck to the top of this thing and try to remove the satellite from the mount that slides underneath it, which is the mount that then sticks to the mount that's underneath. So I'm up there and I'm struggling. I finally pop this fucking thing off and I'm like, hallelujah. I get mine in there and I get it clicked in and I realize, I forgot to put the fucking cable in there. Fuck. So back to wiggling this thing. I don't know, 5 minutes later, I finally get it popped off there, run the damn cable right, put it back up, screw it down, got down, and sure as shit, after about 30 minutes of the, keep in mind that to register this other satellite that didn't match. So everything that the router was running was from that. I then had to reboot everything to go back to the one that was on the truck originally. So after about 30 minutes of rebooting on, off, it finally started to search for satellites and GPS. And it tells me it's taking longer than usual. I'm thinking, okay, this is not going to work. So I went ahead and just let it keep doing its thing while I was reading some shit about news and stuff. I just kind of wanted to give myself a minute away. After about an hour, I'd forgotten about it, and I was like, oh, this is still running. I went back to look, and I'm now running as fast as I was when I first put it up. I've tested it on a couple of different scenarios where I'm parked. I ran a speed test while I was going down I-65 to come to Alabama, and I was running at 350 megabytes a second download and 40 megabytes a second upload, which is, that's flying. And keep in mind, I'm moving. So the fact that it was catching that quick while I'm rolling, that was awesome. So the moral of the story was I didn't really need to buy all that shit to begin with. However, I did need the cable. So I ended up getting all of this stuff for 150 bucks, but I really just needed the cable. So whatever, if something breaks, I've got some spares for everything. I just don't know whether it'll work. I did end up getting an additional 100-foot cable because he was originally going to try to make this thing longer by using a joint connector, which ended up not working. So I do have extra parts. I have this roof mount, so if anybody's looking to purchase roof mounts and cabling for a Starlink, hit me up. So that was my fun story. Yeah, that's it's been a great time. So let's see. Best at getting yourself. Yes, I'm good at getting myself stuck. He has to have. No, he did something. Okay, I did get all the extras. Happy New Year, Dave Brown. Yo, happy New Year, happy everything. For those of you guys that aren't aware, oh, you quit cigarettes but not bourbon. Hey, you know what? It's kosher. I quit drinking but not dipping, so I think we're even. Oh shit, I forgot what I was going to say. Shit, I was going to say something and I forgot and I saw the message. So well. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you. I made a quick little video before I decided to come on live. I just wanted to do a quick live and say hi to everyone. But I made this short video. So if you get a chance, look for the short video that I made. It's called Virginia DOT Came After My Dog. It's not like it sounds. I'll admit I may have used clickbait, because if I'd have seen that title, I'd be like, they did what? So I may have made it sound way worse than what it actually is. It's actually a great story. So if you get a chance, go watch this little short video I posted. It was a really cool thing. Oh, you saw it. Okay, awesome. Oh, Jeanette, Happy New Year. Yes, Happy Holidays, New Year, yada, yada. I was actually going to do this video before. However, I was having internet issues, as you might have heard. So that's why I'm kind of doing this a little later. We are actually doing this over Starlink right now. So if it goes out, you'll know something was a glitch. Oh, wow. Strawberry, thank you. That's cool. But at any rate, it's a really cool story. So if you get a chance, check out the video. It was really neat. I got ticketed. Wait, oh, tickled when I see him laugh. Even if I don't feel good. Oh, that's so cool. Birdie tweet, thank you so much. That's such a cool thing to say. Shit, someone came from it. Yes. Okay, Michelle, that's exactly why I worded it like that. I kind of decided, you know, I've never done clickbait before. Hell, it was probably 6 months ago that I finally found out what the hell clickbait was. I was like, I'm thinking phishing, like, you know, what is that? And then I found out what it was, and I was like, oh, I could do that. Not that I really care, but I was like, I could do that. So that's the first time I've ever used clickbait. I swear to God. So, but I couldn't help myself. I was like, it was such a wild thing to have happen that I had to try it. Red Bammer, Happy New Year to you as well. I like the title. Okay, cool. I'm glad everyone understood the joke of it once they watched. Yeah, no, you know, Misty is actually completely in a coma. So I'm actually at my delivery spot. They sent me to Mobile, Alabama. And so I ended up getting here about an hour ago. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to let Misty run. I'm going to make this video. And then I'm going to go live early because normally it's dark and late and stuff. I was like, I'm just going to go live for, you know, do a quick live, see how everybody's doing. Just say hi, tell my fun Starlink story. And then, you know, I'll drift off because I deliver here in the morning. So I was like, this would be a cool place to go live. I'm not driving. I can actually see what's going on. So, yeah, this is totally different. John, hope you had a great festive season. N1611. That's got to be Poofta, I believe. I did have a great holiday. I drove for Christmas and I drove for New Year's. But for me, that's what I wanted to do. Oh, I have another announcement to make. Oh, God, I'm so glad I forgot. So, okay, that looks like snow. Oh, no, there's no snow. I'm actually only wearing this because it was just comfortable. But I could take this off. I'm actually in shorts and a t-shirt. It's like, what, 65 degrees? Let me see. What is it here? Oh, it's 76. So, yeah, no, definitely no snow. Okay, Poofta, much love, man. I miss you a lot. I really do. So, yeah, no snow here. It's unreal. So, at any rate, I do have another announcement to make. So I was deciding on whether I wanted to put a real system in the truck, and I mean like a legit system. I designed my Mustang, and so I thought, maybe I'll actually do a legit system in here. 7,000 watt subwoofer, 4 Sundown 12-inch woofers across the top. I wanted to do tweets and mids across the A pillars in the front, and then run mids all the way across the front of the bump, and then redo all of the RGB on the back. So I've been running this through my head for a while, kind of drawing out designs. In North Carolina, I'm not in North Carolina. I'm in Mobile, Alabama, Mr. Bimmer. So at any rate, this has been running through my head for a little while now. I've been kind of taking measurements and yada yada and thinking, okay, if I were to run something in the 20,000 watt area, and then enter the truck into the competitions instead of just going to the truck shows, actually be a part of it. So this is what's been going on. Well, I was watching YouTube shorts and flipping through them the other day, and somehow I came across the guy that had built a shower / bathroom in a truck this size. And it just stopped me. I watched the video like 8 times just to stop it and look at how he had put this together. And unfortunately, because it was such a short, quick clip of just the fact that this is what it is, there were no real details given. So I started, now keep in mind, I've got a little building experience and I can draw blueprints and things like this. So I'm not completely retarded. Oh, I'm glitching a little. Okay, wait a minute. Let's see. Let's try. Oh, wait, no. Okay, we're back. Okay, we'll see what happens. I was using the Wi. I may have to switch. Okay, let me switch and see if it'll work better. Oh, wow, it turned right. Okay, let's do it this way. Turn off. Okay, I've now turned off the mobile data. So we're running solely off of Starlink now. We'll see what happens. Are you in North Carolina? Must be. No, I am in Mobile, Alabama. Okay, so let me know if we're doing any better now, because if not, I'll actually switch out again. But right now we're running only off of Starlink. So I don't know. Hopefully. Oh, from Texas. What's up, Marie 30? Happy New Year. I hope everybody's is going good. Mine so far has been dynamite. You'll have to rewind to the beginning to catch the fun part. Sweet things. How about the rain? Okay, so I started taking some measurements and looking around, and I've found this thing called the Cinderella incinerator toilet. So it runs off propane. You drop a bomb in this thing, and instead of flushing, you just set it on fire. And then it turns into ash, and you could just dump it in a bag. There's nothing left. So I'm seriously considering putting one of those in here and then actually building a full shower next to it. So it is feasible to do. I've got a friend of mine who's really good at building shit like this. So I'm gonna talk to him about it. But my idea is to run a recycled water system that you can use, I believe, 5 to 6 times before you need to dump it and refill the fresh water tank. But it filters all of the shower water and makes it completely clean, puts it right back into the fresh water tank and use it again. So at any rate, I'm looking at doing this. Before I do, I had to decide, do I want to try to do a shower bathroom or a stereo system? So, it's 7 spliffs. What's up? It's working now. That's fantastic. Okay. So, yeah, I've decided that I'm going to hold off because the stereo that I have right now is awesome. It's really great. I have no complaints. I was just going to do it just for shits and giggles. I would really love to try to get a shower bathroom in here. So that's going to be what I'm going to work on here the next few weeks. I'm going to start drawing out blueprints for it. I have plenty of space for a freshwater tank, a gray water tank. It actually won't be that difficult. I'm only going to use 2 pumps, one to pump water up for the continuous recirculation, and then another pump that I'll be able to attach from the outside of my truck with a water hose. And that pump will get turned on and then take the water up to the freshwater reserve, which I'm actually going to mount above the shower. So I think I could probably get, I'm going to say 20 to 25 gallon tank up there, somewhere in that neighborhood. So it'll actually pump water all the way up to the top until it's full, and then I'll have a float switch, kind of like a toilet. You know how it rises up and then it stops flowing the water? I'll have a kill switch like that that'll turn the pump off that lets me know it's full, so I can then disconnect the hose, yada, yada, yada. So I think I've got the mechanics of it worked out. So I'm hoping that within the next several months, I can get this completely designed, drawn out, and then find someone that can build this in a fairly short amount of time, because I don't want to have the truck shut down for a month. It's something that's going to have to be, put together fairly quickly. Just for show, no for drinking. Okay, Marie 30, I'm not quite sure what that meant. You still in touch with Orky? Yes, absolutely. I spoke with her 2 weeks ago, I think. 2 weeks ago. She was, God, what the hell was she doing? I don't. We got talking about all kinds of shit. And I don't remember exactly. I think she was on her way somewhere. She's always bouncing around. I mean, she travels more than I do, and this is what I do for a living. It's wild. We were also talking about her ideas of what she was thinking about doing with the flower shop. So I'm kind of see how that whole thing went. So at any rate, yeah, that's everything. I think just figured I'd update you guys on how things were going, and tell you about my little shower idea. If I could get this shower toilet system in here, like, I'm telling you, I will never be at a truck stop other than just get fuel and go, because I don't like parking there. I don't really care to shower. I'm not really a fan. If I didn't have to, I wouldn't. So yeah, if I could get my own setup in here, that will be the greatest thing ever. She was live Sunday. Oh wow, with Tricky. Holy crap. She's always bouncing around. I don't know how they do it. I really don't. I mean, the amount of money it takes to keep that habit up is phenomenal. Like, I love to travel, but yeah, I mean, at some point, seems like you'd have to have a much larger stash of cash to keep that habit going. But I don't know, more power to her. I guess if you can do it. I worry about the fire part of it. So if you will look up the Cinderella incinerator toilet, really the most dangerous part of the whole thing is the fact that you will have to have a propane tank somewhere, and that it's got to be accessible to be refilled. But that's honestly the most dangerous part of the whole system. The fire aspect of it is exceptionally well controlled. So I'll try to describe this. There is for lack of better terms, a metal bowl that sits at the bottom of this thing. And then there's a slide that you put this bowl onto, and it's got a rim, okay? Then there's a lever that when you pull it down, the bowl comes up and it clicks in place so that there is no movement. It's set there. And once you hit this button that's on a remote that you mount on the wall, it pulls it down to this tray, seals it up, and then when you hit the go button, it contains all of this and burns it into complete ash. So by the time you're ready to dump it, it will have cooled down to enough to where you can go in there and maneuver it. I believe it actually keeps it locked until it's at a certain temperature where it's okay to do. I mean, obviously, if you've just spent 5 minutes incinerating shit, you won't pick it up and try to touch it unless you're completely retarded. Yeah, you know, and honestly, with the way it's set up, the videos that I've seen, they were only incinerating and then dumping after each one, but I don't believe you actually have to dump it after each one because it's a fairly large bowl. I would think that you could probably dump this thing once a week if you were using it on a regular, because keep in mind, the ash from a single use is minimal. And it's incinerated. It's not just heated up and melted. It is completely incinerated and obliterated. So it's just a little bit of ash. I would think that you could probably drop a week's worth before you had to actually set it on fire. So at any rate, I'm really eager to learn a little more. I want to see, you know, what it, I don't know. I want to see more videos on it, but I'm pretty sold on that particular model. There are several others that have the same type of scenario, but they don't have the NO rating. And so as burning shitters go, this is the safest one. So I guess there's a certain level that you can reach on safely burning your own shit, and they achieved it. So yay. It was worth the money. In case you're curious, they have two versions. One is what they call the comfy, I think, or something like that, and the classic. And then there's a travel, which is actually smaller. I think I'd probably rather just have the full size. It will work with the way I'm thinking this will fit. If we end up doing this, I'm gonna try to take some video from the beginning to the end so that you can see how this all went together. But the goal is to make it to where you would have no idea that that's what's behind door number 2. Yeah, I want to make it to where it just looks like it's kind of a fuzzy wall with lights, so that if you were to ever come in here, you would never realize that there was a full shower in the bathroom here. Because I got to make it look cool, or then it's just not worth it. So, yeah, that's everything. What was that? Oops, you in the fire. Oh, yeah. No, I don't think I'm going to try to set my ass on fire as I'm going. I think I'll go ahead and wait for it to be enough. And there's these filters. They sell, I think you get like 50 or 100 to a box. There's these filters that when you put it in, it fits the exact circumference of the rim of the toilet. And then when you hit the button, it sucks this whole filter down into that collective bowl. So it kind of self-contains in this unit. And I guess that keeps the bowl clean. from, you know, getting dirty with, you know, trying to number two that, because it only burns in this little bowl. You still have to keep the inside of that rim clean. So the idea that you could use these little filters, I thought was pretty cool too. And apparently they're really cheap. I think you get like I said, 50 or 100 or something. And she was talking about maybe $20 for a box. So, I mean, that's pretty good. I got to say, John, I have not seen you for a while, but looking very healthy. Oh, wow. Thank you. I'm hoping to get a whole lot healthier. For those of you that don't know, there is the TrumpRx.org website. It's supposed to be launching this month, so I've been watching it very closely. All of your GLP-1s are going to be affordable. And the GLP-1 that I've been using, although it is affordable, it's not as effective as what the actual Wegovy or Mounjaro or Ozempic, you know, it doesn't have the same punch as the other ones. And so I've been on this for a while, and it's a much slower, less effective GLP-1. It's just not the same. And so I'm really, really looking forward to being able to access the real deal at the same lower price. I pay $200 a month now for what I'm on, and apparently it's going to be in that same area or less to be able to use the actual stuff. So to be able to monitor weight and diabetes at the same time with the Ozempic, I would love to get back to that, because I'm still battling the two different things to deal with two different situations. And I'd love to be able to just have the Ozempic and deal with both. So I'm watching. As soon as that pops up and I get a chance to see how things are working, I plan on doing a video about it. Like I said, I'm super excited for this to launch. As soon as I find out, I'll come and tell you all. So yeah, I hope to be a whole lot healthier once I'm able to get on the real deal. At any rate, yeah, I wasn't planning on doing anything super long live. Can Trump invade England? Yeah, I know we're working with Venezuela currently. So yeah, we need to recoup the bombs and everything. You know, we dropped a lot of metal. We're trying to clean up aisle 4. So give us a minute. I'm sure we can reload and come visit, you know. At any rate, yeah, I wasn't really shooting to do an all-night thing. I just wanted to come on and say hi. I'll pop on. I'll see if I can maybe pop on tomorrow, because as soon as I get unloaded here, they're actually reloading me, and I'm going right back to Chattanooga, and I'm hoping I can get offloaded and get right back onto another run. I had a pretty good week last week, so hopefully I can start keeping these weeks consistent and make enough money to start paying off all these ideas that I have. So for now, I guess I'll bounce and wish you all a happy new year. I'm glad we can hang out for a little bit. Happy holidays. I hope everybody had a good one, and I hope this year is our year. I know quite a few of you have had a very rough time this year, as have I. So let's hope that this new year brings much more prosperity. And I'm going to try to quit ripping shit off the truck. So until then, much love, you guys. We'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.